I am mute, married to a supposedly infertile CEO. The entire wealthy social circle watched my misfortune, yet I experienced morning sickness at a high society banquet. Liam Hudson's face darkened. I never touched you. Who's the father? I didn't explain and hid away to give birth to twins. Liam Hudson watched the children grow to resemble him more each day, falling deep into thought. Late one night, he pulled me into his arms. Sophia, how did we conceive them? Let's demonstrate again. If you don't make a sound, I'll take it as your agreement.
Welcome to listen to my full sweet love series novel. I'm the blogger and I'm Twilight's novel. Now let's start the main story.
Before marrying Liam Hudson, I knew he was infertile. At 18, climbing a tree to retrieve his childhood friend Olivia's kite, he fell. A sharp stone on the ground injured him critically. They said his trousers were soaked in blood. The news spread, and he endured mockery for years. After that, Liam Hudson became cold and withdrawn. Olivia, repulsed by his defect, broke off their engagement. My grandfather was a renowned traditional Chinese physician running a family clinic. Liam's grandfather, Mr. Hudson, was a VIP patient and close friend of my grandfather. Seeing Liam unmarried at 25, Mr. Hudson pressured him into marrying me. The Hudson family possessed billions. Liam was their sole heir. My family, though respected in medicine, paled in comparison to the Hudsons. Beyond the social mismatch, the crucial point was my muteness. News of Liam marrying a mute spread instantly. The elite circles buzzed with gossip. Tisk, even with his issue with that fortune, he could marry anyone. Yet he chose a mute from an ordinary family. I heard Liam looked icy throughout the wedding, clearly hating this arranged marriage. That little mute might be in the manor, but the life of a wealthy wife won't be easy for her. I knew Liam didn't love me. I understood my place. After marriage, I moved into a separate room. We lived under one roof, yet were colder than strangers. Until a night, 1 year into our marriage, Liam returned from a business dinner. Heavy with drink and drenched by rain, he developed a high fever by midnight. I entered his room to care for him. He slept deeply, unrousable. His temperature read 39.5 degrees Celsius. Unable to administer pills, I resorted to physical cooling. I unbuttoned his shirt. My gaze lingered on his defined abs, my throat tightening. Liam Hudson possessed near-perfect looks and physique. With his wealth, had it not been for his infertility and Olivia's rejection, he'd never have been mine. I fetched warm water and a towel, bathing his torso. Finishing his upper body, I unbuckled his belt. Blushing, I wiped his lower body. To my shock, he reacted. He seemed impressively endowed. Suddenly, heady thoughts flooded my mind. I wanted to feel the heat of his 39.5 degrees Celsius body. I wanted to test if the medicinal cuisine I'd cooked for him all year had worked. For a year, we'd coexisted politely. We hadn't shared a bed, hadn't even held hands. Now, asleep, his usual aloofness gone, he looked vulnerable. Temptingly so. I dropped the towel and carefully lowered myself onto him. The pain was sharp but brief. 3 minutes later. My tears hadn't dried before it ended. This. Visually appealing, yes. But utterly useless. Recovering, fear struck. If he woke to find I'd taken advantage of his helpless state, would he rage? One thought dominated. He must never know. The experience was forgettable anyway. I'd pretend it never happened. I redressed him and slipped back to my room. Next morning, Liam's fever broke. At breakfast, guilt kept my eyes down. Luckily, he seemed unaware of my nighttime transgression. His indifference remained, treating me like furniture. I mirrored his coldness. Naturally silent, I shrank into myself, minimizing my presence. We ate in silence. He left for Hudson Corporation. I exhaled in relief. Last night became my buried secret. I thought it was over. 3 months later, I discovered my pregnancy. He was supposed to be infertile. How did one time work? Apparently, my family's medicinal cuisine recipes were potent. I didn't know how to tell Liam, nor found the chance. One day, Liam sent home a couture gown. As I stared at it, his call came. Sophia, did you get the gown? Try it on. See if it fits. You're accompanying me to a banquet tonight. He knew I couldn't speak, yet called to inform me. Refusal was impossible. In a year of marriage, he'd never taken me to events. Besides, I'd feel out of place. I didn't want to go. I started typing a refusal text. Before sending, his message popped up. Grandfather insisted I take you. Get ready. Mentioning Mr. Hudson meant I had to go. I replied, okay. 8 p.m. The chauffeur arrived. Used to simplicity, the lavish gown felt alien. As the car door opened, I caught a flicker of admiration in Liam's eyes. Inside, sensing my discomfort, he murmured, "You look stunning. Be confident." His compliment, however slight, eased my nerves. My first elite gathering. Following Liam into the ballroom, all eyes turned to us. My sharp hearing caught whispers. "Oh, the mute wife Hudson married? Pretty face, but her poise is lacking. Clearly a country bumpkin out of her depth. Liam brought her? Isn't he embarrassed?" My palms grew clammy. I wanted to vanish. Liam suddenly tightened his grip on my hand. "Ignore them. I'll acquire their companies if they mock you." I smiled, my posture relaxing. He handed me apple juice. The scent triggered sudden nausea. Clamping a hand over my mouth, I fought the urge to vomit. I hurried towards the restroom. Behind me, Mrs. Wang and Mrs. Zhao whispered, "My, morning sickness? But Liam's infertile, right? How'd she conceive?" Liam's gaze turned icy. "My wife has a stomach upset. Control your tongues." They instantly apologized. "Just a joke, Mr. Hudson. Don't mind us." Exiting the restroom, I found Liam waiting. "You're unwell. I'll take you home. Decline future events if you dislike them." I nodded, following him out. At home, Liam summoned the family doctor. I waved it off, signaling I was fine. Returning to my room, I noticed the pregnancy test on the sink was gone. I rushed downstairs to ask housekeeper May. Rounding the staircase, I collided with Liam. He held the pregnancy test. "In my room." Liam demanded, "Sophia, you're pregnant." The secret was out. I nodded. His expression darkened. "I never touched you. Whose child is it?" He hadn't touched me, but I'd touched him. I stayed silent. Where to begin? I couldn't confess I'd taken advantage of his fevered unconsciousness 3 months prior. It wasn't honorable. The words wouldn't form. Besides, I hadn't sought consent. Even as his wife, I'd violated his will. This was my fault. My moment of weakness, my attraction. I gestured an apology. His face hardened further. Perhaps misinterpreting it as admitting an affair. After a long pause, he asked, "You plan to keep it?" My earlier checkup revealed twins. The doctor confirmed they were healthy. I nodded. Yes, I would keep them. Liam's eyes reddened, suppressing fury. After deliberation, his voice turned icy. "I respect your choice. However, I refuse to raise another man's child. I'll send you abroad. After the birth, we divorce." He mentioned divorce. Perhaps not solely over the supposed affair. Maybe he never loved me, resenting his grandfather's arrangement. The pregnancy offered an exit. I nodded. If he insisted on divorce later, I'd grant him freedom. Liam's eyes held a flash of pain. "I'll hide this from grandfather. Publicly, you're abroad for vocal therapy." I gave an okay gesture. He left my room. Liam contained the pregnancy news. He sent me abroad, housing me in a villa. 3 nannies, a chauffeur, and 2 doctors attended me. 1 for prenatal care, 1 for my voice. He provided an unlimited credit card. His care was meticulous. I saw his inherent kindness and decency. Even believing his wife cheated, he ensured my comfort. Perhaps his lack of love allowed such grace. Or perhaps, my agreement to divorce earned this compensation. A month later, he flew in, moving into the villa. He stated casually, "Business trip. Hotels don't suit me." Liam was perpetually busy, always catching the earliest flight back post-trip. Yet he stayed 3 days, handling corporate affairs by phone and laptop. Post-work he asked offhandedly, "I'm going shopping. Join me." My social anxiety meant I shopped online or via lists for the nannies. Crowded places terrified me. I feared mockery over my muteness. Seeing my hesitation, he amended, grocery shopping, dining, movies, park walks, art exhibits, anything. Don't stay cooped up. His roundabout way of inviting me out was clear. I gestured, grocery shopping. He nodded. Fine. With Liam, I felt safe venturing out. He understood all my signs, bridging communication gaps. Post-shopping, waiting for our meal, I signed, Liam, how do you know all my signs? He passed me my favorite juice. I studied them. No wonder he was fluent. I sipped. When? He met my gaze. 5 years ago. I recalled our first meeting. 5 years prior. I visited an aquarium alone. Massive and packed, with poor signage. Exhausted, I couldn't find the exit. Gathering courage, I signed for directions. Passers-by mocked. You mute. Why's a mute out alone? Are you directing traffic? Hilarious. Not everyone knows sign language. Next time, wear a sign saying, mute. Pretty little mute. Call me brother. I'll guide you. Defeated, fighting tears, I turned to flee. Liam pushed through the crowd. Lost? I'll show you out. I remembered the kind stranger. He escorted me out, watched me board a taxi. A year and a half ago, Mr. Hudson proposed setting me up with his grandson. Wealthy marriages never appealed to me. Until I recognized Liam as my rescuer. So I accepted. I didn't know if Liam recognized me. He never mentioned it. Probably forgotten. Now, hearing he studied sign language 5 years ago. Coincidence? After Liam returned home. A month later, he flew back. Seeing him at the villa, I signed. Business trip again? Hotel's still disagreeable. He nodded. Yes. I didn't expose him. Before his arrival, Mr. Hudson mentioned during our call, Liam's visiting you this weekend. Weekend outings with Liam included a trip to the local aquarium. Less crowded, yet he held my hand, fearing I'd get lost. Passing the exit, he pointed. Exit's here. Remember. I froze. He remembered our meeting. I visited the restroom. Liam waited outside. Emerging, I saw him conversing with a woman, Olivia. I recognized her from graduation photos in Liam's study. Olivia stood before him. Her presence here wasn't coincidental. I lingered before approaching. Olivia departed. Liam seemed distracted, his spirit seemingly gone with her. Returning from the aquarium, Liam flew home the next day. I received a photo from an unknown number. Liam slept in a first-class seat. The angle suggested the photographer sat beside him. The number linked to Olivia's WeChat. The photo sparked speculation. Had Olivia flown back with Liam? Was his visit to collect her? Was seeing me just an obligation to his grandfather? I'd nearly been moved by his care. Post Liam's return. Mutual friend Chloe messaged. Saw Liam and Olivia cafe hopping. Photo attached. Chloe texted. Sophia, return soon, or Olivia steals Liam. Staring at the message, I felt numb. Confirming my suspicion, Liam's divorce talk stemmed from lingering feelings for Olivia. Their history gave her an advantage I lacked. At 8 months pregnant, Liam visited again. Evening garden stroll, he stopped me. Sophia. Tell me. Who's the father? Testing him, I signed. You are. Liam chuckled darkly. Did I conceive them by thought? For a moment, I wanted to confess. I resisted. If he knew I'd violated his unconscious body, he'd despise me. I couldn't bear his hatred. Next day, he accompanied me shopping for baby clothes. He meticulously selected items. The urge to confess resurfaced. As I signed, his phone rang. Olivia's name flashed. He stepped aside to answer. Watching him argue heatedly with her from afar, I felt a pang. Such ordinary interaction was beyond my reach. My vocal therapy progressed slowly. The doctor called it a lengthy process. Liam desired a partner who could speak, tease, argue. Simple responses I couldn't offer. Insecurity drowned my courage. He returned asking, "What were you signing earlier?" I shook my head. Nothing. Liam paid for the baby items. Throughout, I avoided his gaze. His attempts at conversation met only nods or head shakes. Back at the villa, I retreated to my room, locking the door. Thoughts of his phone argument stung. Tears threatened. Moments later, Liam knocked. "Sophia, open up." I opened, signing, "Yes." He studied me. "You've been crying?" I denied it. "No." He pressed. "That call upset you, didn't it?" I shook my head. "I'm just tired." "Don't lie. I know it upset you. Express it. Don't suppress it or shut me out. Speech isn't the only way." He opened his call log, scrolling to Olivia's new number. The screen offered, "Block this caller." Guiding my finger to it, he said, "Block her for me." I understood. He taught me to vent jealousy, not bottle it. I tapped block. Olivia's primary number was already blocked. She'd used a new one. Blocking her lifted my spirits. Liam pulled me close. "If I upset you again, bite me. Let me know." He'd mentioned post-birth divorce. Yet his recent actions suggested commitment, not separation. Suddenly, I wanted to hold him. Hesitantly, I wrapped my arms around him. He smiled, stroking my back. "If words fail, use touch." Okay. Lesson learned. The twins arrived. Liam cancelled meetings, flying immediately. I delivered healthy twins at the hospital. Newborns, still unformed, showed no clear resemblance. I handed Liam pre-drafted divorce papers. Secretly, I didn't want divorce. This was a test. The papers waived my claim to Hudson assets. I signed. "You said divorce post-birth. Papers are ready. Sign if agreeable." He scanned them, eyes reddening. "Eager to divorce right after birth? Is the father impatient?" I denied. "Not about him. I want your freedom. You deserve better." He shredded the papers. "Divorce is off." "No divorce?" He continued. "Forget me stepping aside for that man. If I'm infertile, adoption's inevitable. Raising your children beats strangers." I stood stunned. Who was it that raged? I refused to raise another man's child? What changed his mind? Seeing my silence, he added bitterly, "Is he waiting for my exit? He never visited during pregnancy. Clearly a scoundrel. Worth giving up this life? I could forgive the past. Accepting these children means treating them as my own. However, you must commit. No more affairs." I stayed silent as he spoke volumes. Reading my silence, he guessed my thoughts. Lowering his voice, he said, "I'll continue medicinal treatments. If ineffective, I'll buy." I nearly laughed. Where did his mind wander? His resistance to divorce? Grandfather's pressure? I signed. "Fine. No divorce." But my voice recovers slowly. "Don't resent my silence." He stated plainly, "I never resented you. I have flaws too. Don't resent mine." He remained unaware his fertility was restored. 2 healthy children, conceived once. His potency was undeniable. I nodded, signing. "No resentment. We accept each other." Liam flushed, hesitating. "Sophia, actually I awaited his words. "I seem." He swallowed the sentence. "Never mind. Rest. We'll talk later." Post-recovery abroad, Liam brought us home. He told Mr. Hudson, "These are our adopted children." Mr. Hudson sighed. "Fine. The Hudsons need heirs. Adopted counts." He added cheerfully, "I'm a great-grandfather. Congratulations." Liam's magnanimity clearly came from him. Mr. Hudson named the twins. Boy, Lucas Hudson. Nickname, Luke. Girl, Nora Hudson. Nickname, Nora. Mr. Hudson called my grandfather, "Old friend. You're a great-granduncle." Sophia and Liam adopted twins. Grandfather chuckled. Sophia told me, "We must celebrate." They shared celebratory health wine. Mr. Hudson adored Luke and Nora. Moving them to the Hudson mansion, he hired 4 nannies. I resumed work at grandfather's clinic. Mute friendly. I managed the pharmacy. Liam fetched me daily at 5 p.m. We visited Luke and Nora together. Weekends, they stayed with us. I brought medicinal ingredients from the clinic. Daily, I cooked medicinal cuisine for Liam. He dutifully consumed every bowl. One night, descending for water, I found Liam in the kitchen. Post-drink, turning off lights, he caught me. Holding me close, he murmured, "Separate rooms strain a marriage." My post-marriage request. He sought shared intimacy. I wasn't ready. Seeing my hesitation, he didn't push, but held me tight. His kiss was tender, reverent. As it deepened, passion ignited, hearts entwining, blooming unseen. When he suddenly developed a nosebleed, breathless, I turned on lights. Tissues in hand, I wiped his blood. The medicinal cuisine required dosage adjustment. Overcompensation. Liam retreated for a cold shower. Next morning. At breakfast, I saw him laundering bedsheets. May usually handled laundry. Why personally? Meeting my gaze, he blushed, avoiding eye contact. En route to the clinic, he muttered, "Perhaps stop the medicinal cuisine." Fully healed? I longed to test that theory myself. Ahem. Dangerous thoughts. I dismissed the idea. Mr. Hudson's birthday arrived. The banquet was at a Hudson hotel. Business ties brought Olivia's family. I saw her there. 4 years prior, Hudson's and her family considered marriage. After breaking the engagement, Olivia married Liam's university best friend. Rumor said she divorced a year ago. Restroom bound. Olivia followed. Reapplying lipstick, she sneered, "Bold move, Sophia." Cheating, then daring to pass off bastards as Hudson heirs. I stayed silent. She smirked. Forgot. Mute. Had I not dumped Liam, you'd never have married him. Divorced now, if I pursued him, would he ditch you? White moonlight's power is real, you know? Ignoring her, I finished, washed hands. She remained. Sophia, I'm divorced, but at least I'm whole. Unlike you, struck dumb. Liam suffers with you, right? He hates cold shoulders. When we fought, silence beyond 3 hours broke him. He'd beg until I spoke. A lifetime mute equals perpetual cold shoulder? He'd crack. Liam had asked me not to shut him out. He meant it. On my phone I typed, "Done? Your tantrum amuses me." Olivia glared. Mocking me? Fine. Watch the show. You'll be humiliated. She stormed off. Exiting, I found Liam waiting. Approaching, he extended his hand. Olivia exited. What did she say? I played a recording from my phone. Starting from, "Forgot." Mute. Then, had I not dumped Liam? Liam listened. Expression darkening. He clarified, I refused the marriage pact. She's not my white moonlight. You are. 5 years ago at the aquarium, I fell for you. Knowing your anxiety and my defect, I watched silently. Grandfather's matchmaking wasn't random. He knew my years-long crush. I chose you. So this was the truth? I'd misunderstood him. Early marriage, I mistook his reserve for dislike. In reality, deeply attracted yet ashamed of his infertility, he'd kept distance. I signed. And Olivia at the aquarium? Aquarium. He recalled. Overseas? Coincidence. She saw us together. While you were occupied, she begged release from my block list. I refused. Shopping for baby items, she called from a new number, threatened exposure to grandfather unless I reconciled. Our argument stemmed from that. Her threats failed. We never dated. Just acquaintances. The tree incident? Climbing for fruit, not her kite. Gossip distorted truth. Another doubt surfaced. I showed Olivia and Chloe's photos. First, Liam sleeping on a plane. Liam explained, Sophia wasn't on board. A passenger beside me took it, sent to Olivia. Second, cafe photo. Liam shook his head. Never met her there. Chloe and Olivia are university friends. Motive obvious. Olivia had manipulated Chloe to divide us. His honesty deserved mine. Just then, the butler approached. Sir. Madam. Olivia's causing a scene. Mr. Hudson requests your presence. Liam and I exchanged a glance, heading to the ballroom. Olivia presented photos of my pregnancy abroad. Seizing our absence, she told Mr. Hudson, "Sophia lied. These twins aren't adopted. She cheated. Your family's deceived." The crowd gasped. Seriously? Sophia vanished for months. Birth abroad. Audacious. Passing bastards as Hudson heirs. Liam tolerates this? Mr. Hudson scowled. Nonsense. These are Liam and Sophia's biological children. Liam's cured. Olivia protested. Impossible. Doctors declared him sterile. Mrs. Yu tried silencing her. Olivia. Hush. Olivia shouted. Mr. Hudson. Protecting Sophia? Billions at stake. False heirs. Slap. Mr. Yu struck Olivia. Silence. Apologizing to Mr. Hudson. Forgive her, she's unhinged. Mr. Hudson declared coldly. The Hudson-Yu partnership ends today. Henceforth, we're competitors. Security. Remove them. Guards ejected the yes. Olivia hadn't anticipated Mr. Hudson's unwavering support. Liam and I arrived late. Before I could explain, Mr. Hudson announced, "These children are Liam and Sophia's. Liam is healed. Further slander means war with Hudsons." Silence fell. Mr. Hudson produced a priceless imperial jade bracelet, instructing Liam to clasp it on me. The crowd finally believed. That bracelet. Worth a fortune. The Hudson heirloom. If not Liam's, why gift it to Sophia? Grandfather pulled me aside. Before the banquet, I told Mr. Hudson the truth. Returning home, Grandfather suspected the twins were mine. He'd asked about the father. I'd said Liam. He'd sighed in relief, asking no further. Hence Mr. Hudson's certainty. Only Liam remained unaware. He thought his grandfather protected his pride publicly. I resolved to confess at the right moment. Hudson retaliation bankrupted the yes swiftly. Olivia, stripped of wealth, became a high-end escort. Later, caught in a raid, her scandal made headlines, destroying her reputation. Luke and Nora blossomed. Nora resembled me. Luke mirrored Liam increasingly. Mr. Hudson often compared Luke's photos to Liam's baby pictures. Chuckling, he'd say, "Huh, carbon copies." Liam noticed the resemblance. Perplexed, he sought answers. One night, post-shower, he entered my room. "Sophia, are Luke and Nora truly mine?" I nodded. Liam's eyes lit with joy. "But we never." Blushing, I pointed to the bathroom. "Water's ready. I'll shower." I'd mentally prepared. Yet articulating it felt impossible. Exiting the shower, Liam remained. On my bed, shirt unbuttoned, he announced, "I'm sleeping here tonight." Knowing I was his long-desired love, our marriage his design, separate rooms became pointless. I joined him. Pulling me close, he inhaled deeply. "Sophia, you smell divine." Flushing, I didn't resist. Hugging soon proved insufficient. Tentative kisses grew bolder. He advanced step by step. "Sophia, how were they conceived? Let's recreate it." No sound means consent. I am mute. How could I possibly speak? But Liam had taught me, when words fail, use touch. I reached up, my fingers tangling in his hair, pulling his mouth back to mine. My body arched into his, an unambiguous answer written in movement. My silent invitation ignited a wildfire in him. What began as reverent exploration became a fierce, possessive claiming. He kissed me deeply, hungrily, as if trying to fuse us together. Dawn's pale light filtered through the curtains. Exhaustion weighed me down, limbs heavy, every muscle singing with delicious ache. Yet Liam, insatiable, was already stirring, gathering me close for another storm. That clumsy, fleeting encounter during his fever was a ghost. This night shattered every expectation, proving the potency restored within him. Liam confessed later that he'd felt something during his fevered sleep. He'd dreamt of me often, he said, mistaking reality for another dream that night. Hope bloomed anew for my voice. My doctor outlined a 2-year plan to reclaim my speech. I clung to that timeline, fiercely anticipating the day sounds would form on my tongue. Once awakened, Liam proved insatiable. Returning from the clinic each day meant overtime duties with him. Late one evening, Liam drew me into his arms. "Sophia," he whispered, a familiar glint in his eyes. "Do that thing you did to me again." The memory sent a fresh wave of heat to my face. I shook my head, signing wearily. "Not tonight." Clinic was exhausting. He offered a compromise, his hands gentle. "Lie down. Let me rub your shoulders." I sank into the pillows, his skilled fingers easing the tension. Bliss threatened to pull me under. He worked diligently, the rhythm soothing. Watching his focused effort, a thought flickered. Perhaps I wasn't that tired. If I didn't have to exert myself, maybe it was possible. His hands suddenly stilled on my shoulders. He gently turned me over, his eyes wide with shock. "Sophia," he breathed. "Did you just speak?" Had I? I was certain I hadn't opened my mouth. Liam's gaze intensified, realization dawning. In the moonlit darkness, his expression shifted. A knowing look replaced the surprise. He shifted, his touch becoming deliberate, testing, watching my face intently. Seeking a reaction. A sound. Tears welled, spilling silently down my temples. Trapped emotion with no voice. He paused instantly, kissing the wet trails away. "What's wrong? Don't you like this?" It wasn't that. I liked it too much. Overwhelmingly so. The intensity forced the tears free. A slow smile curved his lips. He leaned close, his whisper brushing my ear. "I hear you, Sophia. I hear your heart. It's saying you love this.